Hi everyone, welcome back to Grower Kit. So I'm hoping you can hear me and it's not too windy. I'm trying to shelter my microphone as best I can, but apologies if there is any wind noise. So today's video is going to be all about trees. As you may or may not know, if you go back through some of my videos, I might show you a few trees here and there, but I've never done a video 100% dedicated to trees, so I thought I'd do that today. So a lot of these I'm going to be using for bonsai or just garden trees, just decorative sort of Japanese style garden trees, or just growing them in pots, you know, just as ornaments. But anyway, so I thought I'd do a full tree update and show you all my trees. So if you're interested, stay tuned, I'll get back to you in a second. Okay guys, so this is my tree area, which I created in the last video, this whole square here. I've started planting some of the trees directly in the ground, because my plan is to grow them on for a year or two, or 3, or however long until I decide to dig them up. Obviously they're a lot easier to maintain when they're in the ground, because you don't have to water them as much. So saplings and stuff like that I've found in the hedgerows from customers, gardens that I've cleared. A lot of these I've grown from seed or cuttings, so they're all from different places, but I'll go around in a minute and I'll show you every single one of them. So I completely forgot to show you my Japanese maples that I've been growing for bonsai. So these two here were seed grown from my mum's big maple tree. This one grew up straight, but I've put a twist in it, and this one split off into multiple stems because the top got damaged, I think. And this one here is a red one. Those two are both green, but they turn red. This one's red. It's a couple years older than the other two, and these two here. These two here are older than these two. But anyway, I forgot to put that in, so they're the Japanese maples, which I'm hoping to bonsai or keep them as container, Japanese garden style. Anyway, I'll get back to showing you the rest of these. So we'll start along the side here, these little ones in containers. Actually, I'll do these 2 rows here first to get these out of the way. So this row here is all Sitka spruces, which grow all over the place around here in Mid Wales. So some of these are seed grown. The slightly bigger ones were saplings, which I've collected. Not from anywhere I'm not allowed to, so don't worry about that. But they're all doing well. I've just recently put them all in the ground because I want to grow them on for a few years first before I make them container trees or bonsai trees, whatever I want to do with them. A lot of them I'll probably sell as well. So that's the Sitka spruce. This row here, I'll take you to the beginning of the row. So these are oak trees. These pop up all over the place around here because we've got a lot of oak trees. So the majority of these are pulled up from underneath big oak trees where they're just getting cleared anyway, so they would have been destroyed. These are hazelnuts all along here. You can see them just about. They're just about to lose all their leaves because we're coming into autumn, or we're in autumn. So they're not looking great at the moment, but there's a few slightly bigger ones. And this one here. And the next row is these are lilac trees. If you've ever grown lilac, you know the main plant, after it's got quite big, will start sending off little like root suckers. That's what all these are. These are from the hedgerows. So these are all boxwood. These are just cuttings. They've rooted now. But these make ideal hedges, so my plan is to use these to fill in gaps in the hedges. And they also make good bonsai trees, because they're evergreen as well. They're not looking too healthy at the moment, because before they rooted they started losing a lot of the leaves, but they're springing back now. So, and they've all got some nice roots in there. Some of them are larger than others. You can see how they would make a good container tree if you keep it to the single stem, and you can prune it into whatever shape you want. And this one here is a maple, just a bog standard maple. It's rooted now. It had some roots and it is doing okay in there. But we'll see if it makes it to spring. A couple of these here are mountain ash, and that is a root cutting from a Japanese smoke tree. And hang on, I'll show you another one of them. And this one is too. That's a fig, that one there. That was just a cutting which grew in the compost pile. This is another cutting from a smoke tree. It's a bit of a bigger one. And I have checked, it has got some roots on it now. And it's got some buds waiting to come out in the spring. And there's another one there, a smoke tree as well. I'm not sure what these two are. We'll see if they survive or not, but I picked these up from the garden centre for a few p, because they were looking dead. So this one's coming back to life. But this one's not looking so great, but it does have bits of green on it. This was a hebe bush, I believe. I've just started trying to train it into sort of a tree, even though it's a bush. But this was another thing from the garden centre. It's just a conifer cypress thing. Probably put that somewhere in the garden as a hedge. Right, so now onto these containers. These are all in 10-litre containers. These are the flower buckets that I've just cut holes in the bottom. So the first 6 along here are all birches. Some of them are silver birches, some of them are downy birches, and there may be 1 or 2 red birches in there as well. Like I said, it's autumn, so all the leaves are going to fall off now, but all the buds will be ready to break come spring. So that's the silver birches, or birches. That's the last one there, and the biggest one. Nope, that's not a birch. That is a hazel. So that's the last birch. So it's a hazelnut tree, a few years old now. And this one here is a Japanese cherry blossom anyway. So it's full of buds waiting to open in the spring, and it's almost lost all its leaves now, so they're falling off now. This one here is a pine tree, a Scots pine. These make good bonsai as well, apparently. I'll probably keep it as a container tree rather than an actual bonsai tree. This is a maple. That's a maple, just a bog standard Norway maple or sycamore maple, I'm not quite sure. But it was fairly large. It was growing underneath in a hedge. I managed to get it out and rescue it before it was chucked in a tip. So I've pruned it back. So this should make quite a nice little decorative container tree. And it's budded ready for next year. And that was another one. Same again. So I'll have to wait until spring to see if these are sycamore maples or Norway maples or even field maples, not sure yet. That one there is an ash tree. So these grow up all over the place here, literally like weeds, but the ash is actually in decline because of ash dieback, which is like a disease for trees which was imported. So I want to try and keep a few of these going, you know, just in case they get wiped out or something, you never know. So that one's doing well anyway. So they grow really fast and they grow like weeds, so this is probably only a year or two old, this one. And this was a oak, not normal oak, this is, I can't remember the name of it, Cecil oak. If I've got that wrong, I will put up a correction. I think it's a Cecil oak, or Cecil. But that was rescued as well, out of someone's garden. Obviously, it's a seed. It's been growing from seed, and it's been there a good few years. So it was a shame just to dig it up and chuck it. So saved what roots I can and stuck it in a pot for now. And it should be fine. It's budded up, so the roots will grow over winter, and hopefully come spring it'll have a good root system and it'll be fine. This was another smoke tree. The top part of this is dead. I've scratched the bark all the way down and the top's pretty much dead, but it is sending out a sucker from the bottom, so I'm hoping it'll bud further up as well. Got one there, and then the top might die off, but it should be fine, it should survive. This is a lilac tree. This one's fairly old, and it got knocked out of our hedge by a tractor, so I rescued it. There's still plenty of hedge there, so it was just on the edge and it's just fell out, eroded sort of like the soil, and I put it in a pot and it seems to be doing well. This one here is another hazelnut. It's a good few years old, this one. I've been pruning it, trying to sort of like encourage loads of side branches, because I might try and bonsai it. I don't know yet. Don't know if hazels are any good because they've got quite big leaves, so something's had a munch on it, but as I said, all the leaves are going to fall off now anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This one here was a bit of an experiment really, because it's got hardly any roots on the bottom. It was just literally a stump that I pulled up. It's got a few roots, but not many. It's an ash tree, and it has got buds on it, but they seem to be drying up, so we might lose this one. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if it survived, because like I said, they do grow like weeds, these ashes. And these two here are both ash trees as well. I didn't do this to the stem, this is just how it grew, so I thought that would make an ideal bonsai. It's only got the one branch at the top here, so it's quite tall at the moment, so I could lop the top off and try and encourage it to grow more bushy. And this one's the same, an ash. They were actually the same tree, so I just stuck the spade straight down the middle of the roots and cut it in half. So I've got two trees now from one root, and they both seem to be surviving at the moment, but we'll see. So that ash, if I didn't say. And this is the last one. This I grew from seed. This is a Royal Empress tree. It's only about 5 or 6 years old, and I've been lopping the top off every year, and it's only sent out the 2 branches last year, but next year it should send out loads more branches, hopefully. So we'll see how it goes. So I'll keep you updated on all these guys. Probably the next time you see these will be in spring, because there's not much point in showing you much over the winter, because they won't do much growing now, or any growing, until they come back to life in the spring. Okay guys, so that's it for the tree update. So like I said, I will update you again come spring, and I'm planning on starting a whole series on trees rather than just fruit and vegetables, because obviously, as you can see, I do grow a lot of trees. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, hope you enjoyed the episode. Any tips for me on any of these trees, leave a comment, that'd be great, thank you very much. And if you could like the video too, that'd be fantastic, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. So I'll see you next time. Keep an eye out for the next tree video, but if you're also interested in growing fruit and veg, I do a lot of that as well, so there'll be lots of other videos. So I'll see you next time.